I am quite obviously not French and not that cool, but I am an admirer of the French cool girl vibe, and I feel like there are lessons within that way of dressing that are quintessentially sustainable. First and foremost, I do just want to say I know that it's a cliche, and when I say French cool girl, I mean the kind of effortless style of a straight leg jean, a t-shirt, a blazer, but somehow making it look chic and effortless, like a uniform, not like they're playing dress up. A cool French woman cycling through Paris with like a baguette and a vintage floral dress on and a little basket bag hanging off the side of her bike. I know it's a cliche, it is like a certain way of dressing that's very nostalgic, and I've been to Paris. I know that it's a very diverse place. It's not necessarily representative of every single French woman. I do feel like there is an effortlessness to the way that French people dress. So first and foremost, I feel like French style is timeless. I don't see the French woman as someone who is chasing trends, micro trends, and having to buy the latest thing or the latest bag that is trending, or changing their style according to what the magazines are saying. It's very authentic and it's very classic. In terms of the pieces, they're not going to go out of style because they're classic. They're classic cuts and classic styles. Investing in quality pieces is the key to a timeless look. That's the case even if you shop firsthand. Like, there are some key pieces in my wardrobe that I bought firsthand, haven't got from a thrift store or a vintage store, but because I looked into the piece, the material, even though I don't feel great supporting fast fashion in that purchase, I know that I'm going to get my wares out of it. I would way rather buy something that I'm going to wear over and over and over from a firsthand from a brand than something from a charity shop that's just going to sit in my wardrobe and not go anywhere. So for example, this skirt here, I got this from And Other Stories, and it's 100% linen, hence why it needs a bit of an iron. I've worn it over and over again. It washes beautifully. It does need ironing every time, but that's the nature of the fabric. This here is a vintage blouse that I picked up ages ago in Brick Lane. Very timeless pieces, not the cheapest. Even if you can't necessarily afford to shop designer or shop genuine vintage, say your only option is a fast fashion brand, just look at the makeup of that item of clothing, look at the style, ask yourself, am I still going to want to wear this in a year? And also look at the material. Definitely do your research, and I do think investing in quality pieces is a very French thing to do. There's so many fashion brands that came out of France, and I feel like that kind of couture vibe, investing in your wardrobe and wearing stuff that you love over and over and over, not just one time and throwing it away. I wanted to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, which is Scandale Lingerie. Funnily enough, it's a French lingerie brand. These finger guns weren't very successful. A French lingerie brand that really emphasizes ethics and sustainability, and more than anything, I feel like traceability. They are really kind of traditionally French vintage sort of vibes when it comes to lingerie. Got a white one here as well, slightly different designs. You can see like the styles are kind of vintage inspired, and they've been around since 1932, so they know their stuff when it comes to lingerie. They've got a really interesting origin story actually. I'll leave a link down below if you're into history of fashion and things like that and you want to have a proper read. But when they launched in 1932, it was to kind of create lingerie that liberated women. I'm doing a lot of these in this video, but liberated women from the corset, which traditionally is not all that comfortable. I've actually never worn a corset. All I can think of is Keira Knightley in Pirates of the Caribbean, where she has to wear a corset and then she faints because it's so tight and constrictive. Their lingerie was obviously to make women feel confident, give them a bit of shape and style and kind of sexiness, but not make them feel constricted and uncomfortable and like they couldn't breathe. I do have to say, as someone who has grown up not liking bras, well, I say that, I kind of wore a bra up until probably when I was like in sixth form, and then I just decided, the feminist in me was like, screw this, they are so uncomfortable. Like, I'm pretty sure I was wearing the wrong size bra and it was underwired, and then I've since realized that my gripe is with underwires. I hate underwires, so I don't tend to wear anything with an underwire because I just don't like the constrictiveness. I would not have done well in the 1920s, 1930s, whenever they wore corsets. This style here, it looks like it's got an underwire. It does not. This is just a kind of supportive band that goes under the boob. It's as bendy as anything. It's so comfy. Like, for lingerie, I typically don't think lingerie is that comfortable. I think it's more style than it is comfort. This band is super soft and supportive. I mean, I only have small boobies, not gonna lie. I've got small boobies. It sits really nicely. It gives a little bit of oomph, but it's not uncomfortable. It doesn't feel super constrictive. In the outfit shots I'm showing you in this video, I'm wearing this bra, and I love that it's got this lace, because a lot of the kind of blouses that I have do have a little bit, either a deep V or, you know, a little bit cut out in the chest. And the kind of t-shirt bras that I wear that have no, you know, no laciness or frills, they're not that sexy. So this is quite nice, because then if somebody sees, if you do wear a blouse and someone can see this underneath, it just looks like it's part of the blouse, like it just looks pretty. And they do pants as well. These ones are very saucy, look at that, very see-through, I have to say, not for the faint of heart. But they do have different styles and like more casual styles as well, and each of their pieces comes with this little QR code that you can scan. You scan this QR code, click on the link, and you can find out where the piece has been, so like where it started, where it was shipped to, or like where the materials were sourced and all that jazz, and also what percentage of recycled materials the product's made from. And something that I really do like about this brand, because obviously I review a lot of sustainable brands and they all want to shout that they're the most sustainable, but I do love that they are very self-aware. They use 80% recycled materials on the whole. They want to get to 90% by next year, 2023, but they are very upfront about, this is what we're doing and this is what we want to do to be better. So I love that, because I feel like every single brand is shouting from the rooftops how sustainable they are. So I like that a brand is like quite self-aware and says, you know what, we can improve, we can always improve. So that's that. These are this is a little tongue. Just waving my underwear around. But yeah, just a little quick shout out. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Another thing I feel like the French cool girl vibe really nails is basics. Basics are so important. I think anyone who's tried to put together a capsule wardrobe will really know this, that the basics are like the foundations of your wardrobe. A good pair of jeans, oh, the never-ending quest for a good pair of jeans, the perfect pair. Does it exist? I don't know, I couldn't tell you. A nice white shirt. Is there anything more Parisian than a crisp white shirt? A pair of straight leg jeans, some boots, a nice little bag, striped shirts, that's very French, nautical vibe, French Riviera. Blouses, a trench coat, boots, things that you're gonna wear again and again and again, that pair with outfits over and over and over, you're gonna get so much use out of, and are the foundations of every single outfit. Getting things tailored. Who knew? Tiny changes can really make an outfit look much classier. And I like how different people make it their own. You might have someone who dresses with more colour in their colour palette, might have someone who dresses more minimal and kind of monochrome. And I think that is a game changer. Figuring out what shapes and cuts work for you is very important for me, and something that I can recommend is checking out your key body type. It's spelled like this, and it basically takes into account your yin and your yang. The yin refers to your more sort of soft and rounded features, whereas the yang measures the more sort of angular features, sharp jawline, or, you know, pointy nose, pointy bone structure. It's not necessarily your body shape or your body size, it's more your vibe. Once you figure out what your key body type is, you can then, they recommend what kind of styles suit you. I think there's like 6 different categories, and then within them there are other categories. For me, I'm a natural classic. More classic cuts and classic styles will suit my vibe. So if you've been struggling to kind of dress or work out what sort of style suits you, I recommend checking it out. Something else I notice about French women is it's never overdone, it's never over the top, not too much jewelry, it's all very tasteful. I feel like that also translates into their sort of makeup look, compared to some styles that can be pretty full on, full coverage, false eyelashes, really pigmented lipstick and contour. I feel like the French style is a bit more pared back. That can be translated in outfits and also makeup, and also multi-use products. Something that I like to do sometimes, I'll use cream blush obviously on my cheeks, but then also use the same colour on my lips as well, so that it all looks in keeping. It doesn't feel too much, hopefully. I mean, that's my goal. You guys can tell me if it looks too much. Something else I like to do is take my bronzer, whatever bronzer I've used on my face, and also use it in my crease. And again, it means the color palette is all very in keeping on your face, and you don't have too much going on. And I think that echoes what I said earlier about reusing, re-wearing, restyling, you know, wearing something in a new way or in a new combination. You don't have to buy new to look fresh. Oh, did I just come up with a catchphrase there? You don't have to buy new to look put together and fresh and stylish. You don't have to keep buying new stuff all the time. You just don't. You can rework old stuff. You can wear old goodies and make them your own, make them your uniform. I feel like that's kind of the same for French interiors as well. French country interiors are quite stripped back, similar to English country interiors. It's a little bit more pared back. The color palette is a little bit more washed out, more beiges, washed out blues and washed out reds, exposed wood or wooden floors, vintage furniture. It's very in keeping with shopping sustainably, because I think when it comes to kind of home decor, there are so many home decor websites and stores out there, but there are ways to decorate your house as well as yourself that are sustainable and are timeless. Never go out of style. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful, and it's all about taking these little tips and making them your own, like working them into your outfit, your wardrobe, your household, your makeup, whatever it is, and putting your own twist on them, making it your own, and expressing yourself in a way that is sustainable and really lets you be creative. I think that's something I really take away from admiring the kind of French aesthetic, the French way of dressing, is that it's very creative, but it doesn't require consumption, and I think that's what draws me to it. It doesn't require excessive consumption, trend, new season. It's more pared back, and that to me is way more appealing than the kind of fashion blogger world of buying new trends and, you know, styling new look, new in at Zara, new in at H&M, all these things. To me, that's not very creative, that's not very inspiring. The more classic, timeless way of thinking, I think, is way more inspiring. Let me know if you've got any top tips to add, anything that you admire about the French cliche way of dressing. I really want to go to Paris again now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see some more from me, and I will see you in my next one.